no sunshine when she's gone.
Iris Paradella Hunter often thinks of Neil McBurney while listening to one of his favorite songs. The two met volunteering and became best friends.
When we first met each other, I saw that mischief in his eye, and he probably saw my silliness too. And so we hit it off right away.
Neil passed away in 2021. When he was diagnosed with terminal cancer, Iris took care of him. She asked him what he wanted in terms of a memorial service. And he replied, nothing at all.
This was not just one conversation. There was more than one conversation. And I think he was fed up with me bringing it up over and over again. And he said, Iris, no, I don't want those things.
Neil didn't want to be the center of attention. And he's not alone. Obituaries often contain the phrase, no service by request.
We are very death-denying culture here, and we don't like to talk about it, or we talk as if we're just going to keep living forever. But we also, when it does come down to it, we just seem to, not want anybody to make a fuss about us.
Jennifer Hoskins, who works for a funeral services company, says that 54% of her clients in the Lower Mainland request cremation without any funeral service, a number that increased by 6% between 2014 and 2019, but has not changed since the pandemic. In the case of Neil and Iris ended up speaking to him more directly.
I said, Neil, this is not all about you. This is about us, the people who you've left behind, and we need a space to gather and comfort each other and honor you in our way and show each other how important you were to us.
The emptiness that can follow a loss when grief can't be expressed became clear to this pastor some years ago in one of the congregations she served.
It was very shocking. Suddenly seeing copies of a person's obituary when they're still alive is very shocking. I'll always remember this quote. They said, well, I didn't want to be a drama queen.
A member of that congregation not only didn't want a funeral, but also didn't want anyone to know that they were terminally ill. They gave Kathy Merchant copies of their obituary for her to distribute once they had passed.
And I said, did you feel like you wouldn't get support in the community, or did you feel like you couldn't tell us? And they said, no, it's not like that. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. And I think they maybe didn't know what a big deal they were to the community. That makes me kind of sad. Like they didn't know how much people missed them and really wanted to honor them.
For months after the person's death, parishioners came to Kathy Merchant to express their incomprehension, even anger, about the suddenness of the loss.
I felt rattled about it for months. It was really quite intense, and it didn't have to be that way.
To celebrate Neil and to inspire us.
The disruption that Kathy Merchant's community experienced is what Iris Paradella Hunter wanted to avoid with her friend Neil. After many conversations, he accepted a memorial service. One that spoke to his personality. No religious imagery, lots of photos, wine, and music that he loved. At a smaller service during the incineration of his coffin, they played James Brown.
It was, maybe you recognize this. Wah! I feel good! Ta-da-na-na-na-na-na. If he was here, he would be saying that's me. He would have enjoyed it.
Iris is glad that Neil allowed his community to honor him.
It made me remember him and celebrate him and know that and feel that he is just near. But most of all, my grief had somewhere to go.
Somewhere for her grief to go, and something that helps her remember Neil as the years go by. William Burr, CBC News, Vancouver.